Welcome to Fish Delta TV, your video source for fishdelta.com. Are you looking for a reliable boat repair center? Look no further. Boatmasters in Livermore has been servicing boats and boat trailers for over 20 years. Conveniently located off of Highway 580 in Livermore, their 10,000 square foot facility has everything you could possibly need, including boat storage, a full boating supply store, a complete tackle shop. This combined with their superior customer service is why Boatmasters in Livermore is the #1 choice for your boating and fishing needs. Visit their online store at boatmasters.com or give them a call at 925-443-5775. Welcome back to Fish Delta TV. Today we're back with Mike with Boatmasters, and in our last video we took off my prop. He showed us how to check the lubrication on the gears. He showed me how to check the shaft if it was crooked or not. He went through the chances of fishing line getting wrapped around my shaft and potentially damaging the seals on my motor. Now, in today's segment, we're dealing with a Mercury Pro XS 250, and Mike is going to break down how to check if there's water in that oil with a damaged seal, possibly from that fishing line. Is that correct, Mike?
That is correct.
Okay, what tools am I going to need at this point?
Basically, once the prop is removed, just a good quality screwdriver, one with a socket head on it or a wrench knob on it to where you can grab it with a wrench if possible, and basically make sure the tip is in good shape, and a rag. That is it.
That's it.
That's
a
it.
Screwdriver and a rag, and I can see if I have a problem with my oil.
Yes.
Okay. Now I know we did some prep work already. We've pulled off the prop. We've lowered the front of my boat for the reason that you can drop this outdrive, the whole lower end down low enough for what reason?
Well, you want because of gravity, of course, you want the fluid to be able to run out into your fingers so you can inspect it and not go down into the carrier where all the exhaust is.
Okay, so when we lower this engine, you're going to take it down pretty far?
Yes, we are.
Okay, show me how far, Mike.
First off, while it is up, it's a lot easier to get to the screw. And again, you want the screwdriver tip to fit the screw as much as possible so you don't slip it. Get yourself prepared so you can break it loose, because a lot of times they're very tight. So when you're on here, just get into it, lay into it, break it loose.
And you're laying into it so you don't strip it.
Right.
Okay.
The last thing you want to do is slip and hurt the screw.
All
and
right.
again, that is why you have the wrench head screwdriver, so you can use a wrench on it if needed.
Understood.
So once it's cracked loose, you can go ahead and lower the motor down.
Okay.
Mercury has this nice trim switch right here. Of course, don't run the skag into the ground, but get it as low as you can to where you can let a little bit out.
All right, Mike, we just lowered the engine, and now what do I need to do?
Now we want to take that screw out to where we can sample it.
There's the screw. You pull
That's
it
the
out.
gasket I was talking about.
Okay.
Now looking at it, you're a little bit creamy, but there's no metal, which is good.
Okay.
But I think we need to crack the side vent to let a little bit out to get a better look at it.
Okay.
We're just going to let a little bit out in our hand here.
And that side vent is going to let a little air in there and let water in my outdrive?
And we got water in there.
Okay. So I've got a problem. Here, we're going to show everybody at home what a problem looks like.
And that's not good.
Nice.
So you just prevented a gear case from failing by checking your gear oil.
Nice.
Because if you would have continued to run it with water, obviously water's not a good lubricant, and it will destroy the gears.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you checked it.
And now at this point, what we would do in our shop, we would drain it, and we would pressure test it to find the source of the leak, inspect all the gears and bearings to make sure you don't have any problems.
Okay. And that's just normal service for you, right?
Yeah, that is normal with it. You just got to check this stuff and catch it. So,
all right. Well, I'm glad you caught it. Now, if I didn't have a problem and I checked that nut and there's no water, no milky, I got perfect oil, let's pick up the ball from there for folks at home that did check it. Is there anything else I need to do other than put the prop on, or should I be looking at doing something else at this point?
Well, you want to make sure, of course, when you put the drain plug back in, the gasket's in place, it's torqued. Obviously, check the side vent one to make sure everything is good.
Okay.
And then at that point, the little bit you let out won't hurt anything, because keep in mind the gear case holds 28 ounces. Letting a half ounce out is not.
It's not going to hurt anything by doing what we just did at all.
Right.
So I don't need to re-add any oil at that point, refill it. That's an okay test to do.
Yep.
And in my case, I just saved myself a nightmare on the water. Now, what we did is we just showed you my boat that was pretty much had water in it, milky oil, and I've asked Mike to pop a plug out of another boat just to show us what the oil should look like without water in it. Now, Mike, show the folks at home what it should look like when your engine's not messed up like mine.
Well, the gear oil itself, yes, it's a little bit dark,
Okay.
but there's no metal, of course, and there's no signs of water.
Okay.
So you just, again, let a little bit out in your fingers. It's not going to hurt the level of it to let the 1/4 or a 1/2 ounce out of it.
Okay.
And then you can just put it right back in.
All right. I thank you so much for your time. I know this is a Saturday for you, but I know the folks at home right now are going to really appreciate it. And again, if you guys are looking for the #1 Mercury service center, Boatmasters in Livermore.